Hello adventurists, welcome to Adventures with Paul, the Coast to Coast to Coast edition. Currently sidewalk surfing here in St. Augustine on my way out to Gainesville today. First order of business today, find some breakfast. So, 27 miles to Palatka, a little over 2 hours, and then another 40 miles or so after that. So we'll catch in with you down the road. You know what I don't understand is that St. Augustine's got this beautiful bike lane. You can even see it behind me, coming all the way out of the city, but then when it hits the interchange with I-95, it completely goes away, and it's all for the cars. So arguably the most confusing and dangerous area. They say to the bikes, good luck, mother. I gotta ditch this jacket, man. One thing I forgot about was the humidity. Woo! It's just, I'm getting cold and clammy inside from the sweat, so I'm gonna remove that, just go with my t-shirt and sun sleeves. Is that one of those performance art guys? One of the things I like about traveling by bike is you just be riding along the road, and from the opposite direction comes another bike loaded up with some sort of gear, and then you just stop and talk. I just had a nice serendipitous conversation with Tim and Debbie. They were traveling eastbound, I'm traveling westbound. Just came out of some trail maintenance. I had to lift my bike up and over some vines, but the trail crew is out here. They're cleaning up the trail, and it's asphalt, smooth paved. Kind of tired of sitting on the seat, so taking a break here for 15 minutes with about 7 miles to go to my destination. It's about 1 o'clock, so 1:30 or so I should be into the Airbnb, the school bus. So check this out, Tom Petty Park. There's a dude that consistently put out good hits. So I've made a friend. No better place to give the recap of the day than in the driver's seat of this bus. I'm staying in an old school bus that's been converted into an Airbnb. It's rather unique, which is kind of what an Airbnb should be. Today was tough. I made it here by around 2 o'clock, actually a little bit earlier than 2 o'clock. It was 78 miles. Just got out of McDonald's, got my value meal. It's sun's still coming up. It's getting a little bit brighter. I'm gonna get the lights on the bike, and I'm gonna head south because I've got a big storm coming in and I'm going straight into a headwind. So I want to get on the road as soon as I can and then battle that. Doing a little sidewalk surfing here on the outskirts of Gainesville. I got off of the roads coming out of Gainesville. I think I had to stop at every single light. Well, forecast says rain starting in 12 minutes and going to last for about 35. So we're going to see if that actually happens, and if so, I'm going to buckle everything down. And what choice do I have? You know what I mean? As predicted, the rain started, but I found this nice shelter here, so I'm waiting out hopefully the worst of it, and then when this abates, I'll get back on the road. I think I'll just have a snack for now, and yeah, this is terrible. There's a slight break in the rain, so I figured I'd break out the video. Not one of the finer aspects of bicycle touring, I'll tell you that. I'm wet. My Patagonia has kind of wetted out. It's a little bit water resistant, but it's not waterproof, so I figure if I just keep moving, that's going to keep the heat going, so I should be good. Not too shabby. Probably one of the more better views, dry views that I've had today. At about 70 miles, I detoured off of that highway that I was on, that divided 4-lane, and onto this road called Powerline Road, which goes into Crystal River. It's a lot more quiet, and with the palms, it's a bit more scenic. Pretty cool mural. You don't see those every day. Upstairs? Are you kidding? There's one way to get your shoes dry. That is the water from the Gulf of Mexico. So made it across the state from the Atlantic Ocean at St. Augustine through Gainesville, now to Crystal River on the Gulf of Mexico. Hello adventurists, it is day 3. We are setting off at about 6:30. The lobby over there has a coffee shop, so I'm going to get some coffee and a sandwich. If they don't have sandwiches, I'll hit Mickey D's as usual. It's about 49 degrees, so I got a fleece on, I got my windbreaker, and 80 miles ahead of me. Crystal River is known for its manatees, and they built up a tourist industry around swimming with manatees, kayaking with manatees, paddling with manatees. My GPS says go straight, and there's nothing in front of me. But if I peer over the brush, let me get a higher view. It looks as though there's some sort of pathway there. Yeah, there's definitely a pathway there. I just have to get to it. Well, look at that. I made it. Sometimes a little bit of adventure pays off. Okay, 8.5 miles in, and I am on, I think this is the Suncoast Trail. This parallels the highway for most of the way down into Tampa. So it's going to be a nice carless ride, but I'm sure I'll hear a lot of the highway sounds over my left shoulder there. Oh, come on, seriously? Whoever said Florida was flat was, well, I guess somewhat right, but this trail here goes up and down next to the highway, and where the highway's been smoothed out grade-wise, the trail just goes up and down next to it. What up, guys? Hey, little burro, a donkey. I was gonna stay up all night with these guys telling man stories, and in the morning I'd make waffles. I'm about 30% done mileage wise. You can see the trail. I'm going up, going down, going up. It's a nice paved asphalt trail, but it does roll. And thinking what a difference 24 hours makes. 24 hours ago, I was fighting headwinds, I mean straight into my face. And rain, and now it's sunny. I've got a quartering tailwind. I've got a nice paved asphalt trail. Just took a break. The Paddletail Lodge gave me an orange and a muffin and a bottle of water for breakfast. I threw it in my bag on my fork, and I just had the orange, one of the most hardest to peel oranges ever. Used one of my wet wipes to clean up. Remember, you never know when you're going to need a wet wipe. You can hear me above the cacophony of the wind chimes, which is known as the wind chime tree. No better day than today. Check it out, as it's really windy. Well, this is kind of nice. Nice stop to take a break, get something to eat. About every third to half a mile, there's one of these monstrous intersections that, as a pedestrian, just waiting to cross takes up about 4 to 5 minutes each way. That's where I'm headed. Is this insane? This is worse than a city. This is like divided 6 lanes of maniacal chaos. Another room on the second floor. What is it with these? Like, are you kidding me? Second floor? Making me carry it up? All right. This is nice. Welcome to Adventures with Paul, Day 4, Tarpon Springs edition. Just rolled out of the motel I stayed in last night. It is about 6:45, and I've got a shorter 59 today. Got a lot of nice houses back here. It's kind of tucked away near the airport. Now there's some Christmas spirit in Florida. Elvis has not left the building. Yeah, on this section, a lot of people trying to get to the causeway, so I chose to sidewalk surf. Figured it was a better option. I'm off of that bridge. The view was very nice. I could see St. Petersburg across the causeway, and it wasn't really that the vehicles were passing 60 to 70 miles an hour. It was more so just the noise. I mean, the bridge is concrete, but it has these horizontal strips across it, which makes every vehicle traversing it just howl. Here's something else that you're not going to see unless you're riding by on a bike. If you're in a car, you're probably going to miss this unique sight. It's a memorial to the crew of the Bay Flight 3, a helicopter crew that went out on rescues. And they're, at this moment, not sure what caused the crash, but I think it clipped a guy wire or a tower. Not really sure, but I'll post the link to the story in the description. What a change from this morning when I was going over the bridge. It was loud with the vehicles. It is super quiet here, just along the bay. This is called Benoist Plaza, and that is a life-size replica of the first passenger airline plane in existence. In 1914, they flew 21 miles across the bay. It took them 23 minutes. And it was $5 back in 1914, so that was a pretty hefty price. Since I don't know if there's an official starting point to the Coast to Coast Trail, a plaque or anything like that, I'm going to consider this my official start point to the Coast to Coast Trail. But first, let me take a selfie. Check this out. You got some separated bike lane right through the heart of town. This is really nice through St. Petersburg here. Nice and separated. all the towns along the trail have embraced the former rail heritage, converted into a rail trail. So here we're coming into Largo, and they've got a nice sign and banner. They've got a skyway going over some heavily trafficked area. It's like 3 bridges, and it just keeps going as a skyway. So it's better climbing up onto this and riding over than sitting eternity at like 4 or 5 traffic lights. See ya later. Get it? He's an alligator. Now approaching congested area ahead. Here's the dairy bus. Here's the dairy caboose. Just got out of Dunedin, Florida. Man, that place was packed with people. I understand why they have signs up that say congested area ahead. Packed with people all over the place. Never been a shark this large in these waters. This is Tarpon Springs, a little Greek-themed shopping area. I picked up some stuff, and I'm gonna look for maybe a snack. I've got a subscriber picking me up at 5 o'clock and treating me to some dinner, so I'm happy about that because I am hungry. Tarpon Springs is known for its sponge docks. The sponge divers would go out and harvest the sea sponges, and it's made a name for itself, and people go home with sponges after visiting Tarpon Springs. GoPro, stop recording.